So I thank you all for coming early and being here with me and one another. What a privilege to start this beautiful Sunday together like this. So I'm Reverend Darlene Chase for any of those who do not know me. And I thank you for gifting me with your presence. So let's just really feel the chair we're sitting in at this moment. This beautiful room. Closing our eyes if it feels comfortable. Having a nice cleansing breath that takes any busyness, any worry, floating out on the breath. Peace and calm and goodness filling our whole system. Letting go any previous angst, treasuring every muscle as it relaxes in the body. The quieting of the mind is easy as we sincerely come to the one that guides us all. So I know without a shadow of a doubt, any person that has come with a question in their heart, their body, their mind, has an answer, and it is absolutely 100% the best solution will make itself known to any difficulty. In God's world, no big, no small. Just love, love, and support. So I know as we relax into the silence, the body feels the ease, the grace, the calm, as we receive food for our very soul. we ever so quietly, gradually thank our precious bodies for letting in healing, strength, wisdom of ideas, answers to any questions that can remain open throughout the following week. Guided each one of us to making wise decisions and choices, and all are uplifted in our presence and in receiving any thoughts and prayers that each one has imparted in this time together. I thank profusely for how this loving God responds to any of us at any time, in any situation, and it always produces realignment and goodness and readiness and abilities. I thank from the bottom of my heart for this time, and so it is.
You with the sadness, don't be discouraged. Oh, I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can't lose sight of all darkness inside you, makes you feel so small. But see your true colors shine through. See your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show. True colors, beautiful like a rainbow. Show me smiling, don't be unhappy, can't remember waiting. That's all you laugh at, this world makes you crazy, and you're taking all you can with. Call me up, 'cause you know I'll be there, and I'll see your true colors shine through. See your true like a rainbow. be there, and I'll see your true colors shining through. See your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show. True colors. True colors. True colors. Beautiful. And I see your true colors shining through. See your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show. True colors, true colors, beautiful, like a rainbow.
Elevation with Lori McDonald today. Hi, everybody. How are ya? It is wonderful to see a nice full house today. And hello to our Love Stream people as well. We're so happy everybody is here today to celebrate this beautiful day. It's like, wow, spring is here. Should I not jinx it? You know, I know enough about that. So I want to welcome everybody and introduce myself. If you are new to the center, I'm Pat Campbell, and I am the spiritual director here. And if you haven't been to a Center for Spiritual Living, there's a few things you need to know. We are a faith tradition. We don't call ourselves a religion. We are a faith tradition that honors all faith traditions. We understand that there are as many paths to understanding or enlightenment as there are people on this earth. So it doesn't make sense that there's just like one, follow this path, and this is the only one. That doesn't make sense in an infinite universe. And we are part of an infinite universe. So wherever you are on your spiritual path, however you got here, wherever you're going from here, you're absolutely welcome here. So I would like to ask if there's anybody who is here for the first time. We don't want to embarrass you. We just want to say hi and welcome. So, Rosalie, we've got one here, a couple over here, and a few in the, thank you, Kim. Thanks so much. Just some information about the center, and just know that you're welcome. Please give them a hand for being here. And while we're at it, why don't the people who are in the audience turn around, wave at George Clooney. I know it really is George Clooney. This means you're waving at our Love Stream people. We are a hybrid community, and we're proud of the fact that we are a hybrid community. Once the pandemic was coming to an end, we made the decision to keep our live stream going because they are absolutely part of our community. And so welcome everybody. Woo-hoo! So we're going to start out today by singing one of my favorite, what we call Kong songs. So let's all stand up and sing together. laugh when I sing that one because I go, I open my eyes and completely close my eyes as I'm singing. I open my eyes, but it's just such a feel-good song. I've got a lot of things to tell you about because we are heading into a new month. Feels like a new season. So, oh wait, us first, kids. Send the kids out. Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. Bye. See you later. Be good. Okay, now we can really let loose. Okay, so here's what's going on. The AGM is today. Who's excited? You know, as much as I try to do enthusiasm about the AGM, I can tell you're like, yeah, ooh, yay. Excuse me. But it is today, right after service. So here's what's going to happen is that when we get finished and they sing their final song, you're going to rush out, you're going to get hot coffee, you're going to drink it really, really fast, and then you're going to come back in. So, but you've got to come in through this door to get checked in so you can get your proxy so that you can vote. Everybody's welcome to come to the AGM. I know that those of you who are not members are just itching to come. Especially when it's going to be 25 plus out and you're like, no, I think I'll sit in a warehouse and listen to the business. But anyway, you're absolutely invited to attend. We do need a quorum of 20%, so we're hoping that most of our members are going to stay. Anyway, we're going to hear about the center. We've actually had a very good year. We're going to elect new board members, and we're going to celebrate our wins. So that happens right after service today. Reverend Leslie, I saw her just walk in, is teaching a class starting on Tuesdays, May 9th, going through June 27th, called Powering Your Decisions. This is going to be using a book by Raymond Charles Barker, one of our great old as in a while ago teachers. But he doesn't pull any punches. He basically says, decide to be happy, decide to be healthy, and then he teaches you how to do it. And it's a wonderful course. Reverend Leslie is a fun and dynamic teacher, clear. So that begins on May 9th. You can go on the website and register for that. And next week, Lance will be back so you can register with him. But go on the website, and that's how you can register. And those of you who have been thinking, like, oh, gee, maybe someday I might want to be a practitioner or a minister, this is an important class for you to take. Let me just say that. This about that. So, course is $750. Where did I even... She's a really good teacher. $270. That can be broken up into two different payments, and includes the registration and also a special workbook in addition to the text. So you can talk to Reverend Leslie. You want to stand up and wave your hands and let them know who you are? Woohoo! Okay, so you can talk to her about that. We are starting our casino sign-ups. Oh, our casino. I'm so excited about this. Folks, this is our biggest fundraiser. It is our most important fundraiser. And we have an absolute ball when we work a casino, and we make money from, not from like, we don't like play the slots. Okay, one of us might, but most people don't. But we work it, we're chip runners and general managers, and we are in the count room and all these other kinds of things. It's absolutely super fun, and it's very bonding, and it's great for the center. So in the newsletter, there is a link to sign up, or you can see Kathy Matthews. Would you stand up and wave your hand? Somebody who knows how to spell your name. This is just until Lance comes back, and then I'll send them to him. But the link is the link is in the newsletter, and so there's something exciting I need to tell you, and then I'm going to tie it back in to the casino. So are you ready for the exciting news? Yeah? Okay. So for probably 70 years, people of the Centers for Spiritual Living have gone to a place in California called Asilomar. It's right on the coast on the Monterey Bay. It is a beautiful conference center. We've been going for, Heather, what would you say, 70, 80 years? Probably at least, not Heather or I, because neither one of us are that old, but but people like us have been going all this time. It's a retreat. It's going to have speakers and workshops and fabulous music in this gorgeous, gorgeous setting. So all I have to do is tell you that it is one of the most amazing things that you will ever experience. And someone that you know might possibly be on the program this year. That's all I'm saying. I'll let you know when that person finds out for sure with an email tomorrow. So anyway, here's why I'm making kind of a big deal about it. So you see the dates, August 8th through 11th. You see the dates, August 11th and 12th? Yeah. So, if you are not planning on going to this fabulous thing, please plan on being part of this fabulous thing. And the reason why I'm saying that is that I'm coming home a day early so that I can be part of this fabulous thing. Because I cannot expect you to do something I'm unwilling to do. So I'm forced to go to this fabulous thing. But I'm coming home to be part of this fabulous thing. So that's a lot of information. I just wanted to let you all know what's going on. Okay, our ongoing groups are all on Zoom. Ron Hahn does the Consciousness Seekers on Monday nights at 7, Coffee with Dr. Pat Wednesdays at noon, and our Saging Circle is going on summer break. And Sandra, tell me again. The second Saturday in May is the last day through the summer, and we'll start again in October, is what I understand. That's our wisdom keep. You know, our wisdom people need a lot of time off. So, so we'll have to do other things during that time in the summer to kind of keep us going. But anyway, for the next 2 weeks, they're meeting for that. All right. That's all of our business. Now we come to the more sacred part of the service. So I'm going to invite Reverend Darlene to come up. She's going to give us our spiritual mind treatment. We're going to sing a chant together. And I'd like to invite all of the ministers and the practitioners who are present in the room to please come forward. I'd like to let you see who these gorgeous, wonderful people are. You guys must be here for the AGM or something. That's awesome. Truly, look at this. This is our ministers and our practitioners of the center, and they are here to serve you. Something going on in your life, you'd like to have prayer support, just catch them after service. And don't be embarrassed. Don't be like, oh, no. Just walk up and say, hey, can I talk to you? It's that simple. It is that simple. If they're wearing their scarf like Lucille is wearing hers right now, means she is here, particularly on duty to work with you with anything that you might need. So if you would, Reverend Darlene and Lori and this guy, Oliver, are going to lead us in our chant.
Right
And so we know in this moment that the one loving God reigns supreme through all life. Its wonderful spirit available to all who will only stop and invite in any way it can be, so much greater in sending through absolutely perfect ideas, answers to questions, healings of all kinds possible. And everyone is important to this divine as any other. It is a marvelous, marvelous universe that this has been created for us to live out our dreams, find all the love that we are seeking, and expand to overflowing to all life forms on this beautiful planet. So I know the message this morning is the right message, on time and in divine order for every person in this room. And we all go from this room following the service, buoyed up for most of all of the next week. For this I give great thanks. I simply return these words to the one who magnifies them through all life forms in this building and beyond. And I know all is well, and so it is. Oh, I'm on another planet. Let's read our vision statement together. It's a wonderful one. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living is a beacon of spiritual illumination that inspires individuals to reveal their wholeness, co-creating a world that works for everyone. And then our mission statement. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living makes accessible a way of living and thinking that reveals one's spiritual magnificence and personal power. We co-create an inclusive community that fosters an expansion of consciousness.
And that's what we're about, expanding consciousness. Thank you, Reverend Darlene. Thank you, Oliver and Steve. And thank you, my beloveds. So wonderful to have you all here. So I'm very pleased to introduce you to Elevation in a different configuration today. We've got Oliver, of course. We've got Luis. We've got Lisa as part of our regular Elevation. We have Steve Fletcher, who is on keys with us today. Thank you so much. I tell you, we have a deep well of musicians. They still get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning to come play here. I just love that. And without any further ado, please welcome Laurie McDonald, who got some wonderful songs in store for you today.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day, dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Donald, Oliver Miguel, Steve Fletcher, Louise Tovar, and Lisa Jacobs. Yeah. Lisa has been gallivanting all over the world being famous. Nice to see you back, darling. Thank you, Lori. That was really sets up what I'm going to talk about. How do you feel? Pretty good? Thank you. One person feels good. All the rest of you are asleep, I guess. Okay, that's cool. Okay. Would you breathe with me, please? Taking a deep breath. And again. And one more time at your own pace. Isn't that special? That's so special when we do that. I just absolutely love it. So we're just about to finish a course. We had 26 students. It was really awesome. And the course is called Visioning a Way of Life. It's been such a cool course. I've really enjoyed it. We've had lots of insights and ahas and lots of laughter, some tears because people, start digging down into things. Because it's given us an opportunity to really sink our teeth into this idea of catching Spirit's vision for our lives. Now, I'm going to explain what I mean here, but before I do, I need to explain the difference between visioning, which is what this class is about, and visualizing, which most of us know about. Because if you are in this teaching, chances are you've done some sort of visualizing for the things that you want. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, called it having a mental equivalent. And he said this: if we have a strong picture or mental concept of what we desire and hold to that mental equivalent regardless of circumstances or conditions, we must sooner or later manifest according to the concept. That's the description of having a mental equivalent. I've got it in my mind, and I know my mind is powerful. So some of the tools that you may have used, which you didn't realize was developing a mental equivalent, include positive affirmations. You know how we were told back in the day to put affirmations on our bathroom mirror and that type of thing? Vision boards. How many of you have vision boards or have had vision boards? You betcha. A blue sky list where you write down all the things that you want to manifest in your life. And spiritual mind treatment, which is our form of prayer. All of these super effective tools for developing that mental picture, that mental equivalent, that consciousness of how we want our lives to look. Because one of the basics of our teaching is that we need to have the consciousness, I know that's kind of a weird word for some people, the awareness of the thing that we want in order to attract it. So we have to have the consciousness of it before we can have it. And one of the ways that we develop that consciousness is utilizing those tools that I just mentioned, like vision boards and affirmations. So visualizing, very effective for manifesting. Yes? Do you understand? However, manifestation is or dreams come true or demonstration or hey, I got what I asked for, that is not the focus of visioning that we base this class on. Okay, so visualizing, visioning. Because unlike using our powerful minds to manifest or attract something, when we vision, we actually work to open our minds, empty our minds to make room for the inspiration and the impress of spirit. We connect ourselves with the infinite intelligence and life of the universe, and then we do something very strange. We wait. We wait for the download. So visualizing is telling the universe what we want, and visioning is listening to our higher wisdom self for how we can show up in life more fully and more completely. Is this making sense? Okay. Parker Palmer, a great wisdom teacher of our time, said this: before you tell your life what you intend to do with it, listen for what it intends to do for you or do with you. So, the visioning process involves going within in a kind of a meditative, reflective state and contemplating a series of questions, which I'll tell you about in just a minute, and then just sitting and waiting for answers. It's a very powerful and sometimes confusing spiritual practice. So what I mean by that is it's powerful, absolutely, because anytime we take time to commune with spirit and open ourselves up, especially in this super intentional way, then it's going to be powerful. It is going to be powerful. However, and this is where the confusing part comes in, spirit or God or the universe or infinite intelligence or the life force energy or the cosmic muffin, it doesn't matter what we call it, spirit does not always communicate to us in linear and clear and verbal ways. Spirit often communicates through color, feeling, lyrics to a song, pictures, sounds, sentence fragments, music. And that can be super frustrating to people who want an easy, straightforward answer. I am one of them. This is a practice that challenges me. But the thing about visioning is it's more subtle than that. It takes patience. It takes a curiosity. It takes a willingness to stay in the mystery until things are revealed. And the challenge is we live in this fast-paced, go world and we want something to be revealed, and waiting for something to be revealed just doesn't feel normal, right? I mean, I can have Ted Lasso at my finger, not Ted actually, but Ted Lasso, the show, at my fingertips. We live in this world. And so this idea of just feeling like, oh no, I'm just waiting, does not feel normal. Unless you believe, which is what we teach, that it is necessary to embody or embrace something before we can experience it. That's that consciousness thing we're talking about again. Which means that most of the time, we need to do our spiritual work before we see the result. Now, this concept of communing with spirit, with guidance and wanting guidance and questions, it's not new. It's been around forever. I mean, Moses walked up to the burning bush and said, hey, burning bush, what's your name? So going to spirit, going to the source and asking questions is not new. However, it was Dr. Michael Beckwith who coined the phrase visioning. As he put it, the practice of visioning is the practice of catching God's vision for our life or project or organization. And he used this process to build the successful Agape International Spiritual Center in Los Angeles that has many thousands of members and attendees. And I am telling you that at that center, absolutely nothing happens until the people who are involved with it spend time envisioning. No programs, no classes, no groups, no nothing happens. until they've done solid visioning. So now I bet you're wondering, what is the visioning process? Yes? Who's excited? Who's excited for the AGM? Okay, now I gotta remind you again, the premise of visioning is to catch Spirit's vision or wisdom for our life. So as I said, visioning is done in a state of relaxation, meditation, where you allow yourself to kind of, the term that's coming to me is sink into that place where you are communing with Spirit with an open and receptive mindset. And from there, we contemplate questions. And the first question in the visioning process is, what is Spirit's highest vision for my life? Not what is my highest vision? What is my spouse's highest vision? What is Spirit's highest vision for my life? And then we sit and listen. But we're not listening for dictation. Okay, Pat, well, here's what I think that you should do. You should take this step and this. That's not what we're doing. We are in this state, we are paying attention to the pictures and the ideas and the colors and the words and the music and the feeling, whatever is coming through. And after you've sat in that for a little while, then many people will kind of come up very, very gently and write some things down. Not a novel, just a few words, because it's going to come in handy. So okay, what has come through for me? And then you immediately go back into the meditation for the second question, which is interesting. What must I release in order to live the vision? What must I release? What must I let go of? This is super important, because if we want something new to come in to present itself, there has to be room for it. But if we're holding on to those old ideas and beliefs and resentments and fears, they take up a lot of energy and they can keep us blocked. So we ask that question, what must I release in order to live the vision? And then we listen. It's often surprising what comes through. They may be things that we thought we'd handled. Maybe something we never even thought about. Emerson said, nature abhors a vacuum. So when we release something, we create a vacuum. So once we have done that, once we've discovered what needs to be released, then we have made space for the new higher consciousness to come in and fill the void. Which brings us to our third question, which is, what must I embrace in order to live the vision? What must I embrace? What must I become? What must I embody? I love this question because it opens up the possibilities of love and joy and abundance and all that good stuff. It's where we start to feel a shift in the process because we've lightened the load by releasing, and then we've opened ourselves up to new ideas. So those are the things that we embrace. And then we come to the fourth question. What must I become? What must I become? Not everybody else. What must I become for this vision to fulfill itself through me? I love this question because it starts to put feet to the vision. What must I become? How must I be? Who must I be in order to usher in this high vision? Now remember, after each of these questions, there's an opportunity, if you're going through the visioning process, there's an opportunity to write down some simple things because we're going to use them later, right? So then we come to the fifth question, which is kind of a catch-all. Is there anything else that needs to be known? Is there anything else to be known at this time? This gives the universe an opportunity to impart some other wisdom that may not have been covered in the other questions. Okay, so that's the basic Visioning process right there. But in reality, that's just the beginning, because visioning is not a one and done. Not by any stretch of the imagination, because we are talking about transforming consciousness. And so for it to be effective, it needs to be a practice, not just something that you do when you think about it. It needs to be a practice. So there's another thing that I want to mention about visioning. It's almost like it's this spiritual brainstorm session with the universe. Are you getting that impression? And part of its purpose is to get the ideas flowing. That's what brainstorming is all about. It's just to get things moving, get things going around. What it is not is a to-do list. I'm going to repeat that. What it is not is a to-do list, and that is really hard for doers. They want to write everything down, and they want to start implementing action and tasks and strategic plans and all that stuff. And yes, that has a place in the creative process. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely. But visioning, the process of visioning, is intended to get ideas flowing in order to expand what is possible. So remember, I said that the process can be frustrating to some people because it requires us to stay in the mystery. Like, what does this mean? I don't know. Let's sit with it. Oh my God, we're going to sit some more? Yes, let's sit with it. But here's the good news. After you've done a few visioning sessions by yourself or in a group, then you start looking at your notes that you've been taking this whole time. Because chances are, what you are going to find is some themes and some patterns going through your notes. Some may be flotsam and jetsam, or whatever that term is, but some of it may very well lead you to a theme or a pattern. And that which seemed really, really random and really disjointed at the time becomes identifiable as something tangible. And you realize that Spirit really was speaking to you and through you because you took the time to listen. And from there, then you begin to see an actual vision in which to work and to live from. So let me give you an example. A number of years ago, we were still, and half of you will remember this, we were still meeting at SAIT. Remember that? They'd sold the building on 17th Avenue. The center had moved to SAIT. You hired me. I came in, and we had another building. It was a cool building that had an office and classrooms, that type of thing. And it was a cool building, but it wasn't functional for us. So the leadership of the center, the board and the practitioners, did a series of visioning for what's next. Carol had retired, the building had been sold, I had been hired, all of this stuff. What's next? We started visioning, doing this exact same process that I just shared with you. And not very long after, not immediately, but not very long after, all kinds of things started happening out of the blue. The most profound one was we had a realtor call us up and we got an unsolicited offer to purchase the building that was a really cool building but was not very functional for us. Unsolicited, out of the blue. And then a couple of weeks later, our board president at the time, Graham Clark, was driving around this area and he saw this building for sale. And we knew it was going to be our spiritual home. So there is great power in visioning. And then allowing ourselves then to be the hands and the feet of that vision. As it unfolds, it will show us the way. So part of the lesson of this visioning class. Raise your hand if you're in the visioning class. It's such a cool. Look around. Look around. I know it was such a cool class. And one of the sessions, the assignment was for the students to vision for an organization. So we learned how to vision for ourselves and our marriages and or not, and all those other things. And then we were to vision for an organization. So guess what? We chose the Calgary Center for Spiritual Living. And so as a group, we and understand, we have people online. We have people who are in person. We've got brand spanking new people, never taken a class in their lives. And we have old timers like Ron, who's, taken classes for as long as I can remember. And we all came together and and Doug, oh my God, Doug, look at him. He looks like Moses is God. Okay. And we contemplated the questions. What is Spirit's highest idea for the center? What do we need to release? What do we need to embrace? What do we need to become? And the things that came through were astounding. The list was pages long in a small font. I blow everything up to 24 now so I can see it. But this was like a real person's font, right? And then the next week, just this last week, the students took the list and they broke up into small groups here and also on Zoom. And they started looking for the themes. And from there, they articulated beautiful vision statements for the center. Now, bear in mind, they're not going to replace our vision statement that we say every week, but that was designed by a very similar process as well. But I wanted to share with you on this AGM day. Who's excited about the AGM? Apparently, yes. I just want to share with you some of the visions that came through the students in the class. Calgary Center for Spiritual Living is a vibrant garden that feels like a spiritual home to all. A magnet for a diverse and resilient community that channels abundance and love to all. Flowing an abundance of love deeply and broadly through our membership and beyond. A loving, inclusive community providing opportunity for personal spiritual growth. That sounds like ours now. A vibrant community of spiritual seekers growing, evolving, and loving our way to greater spiritual consciousness. But wait, there's more! Ho-ho! I'm telling you. An expanding community that actively encourages unity, generosity, and joyful consciousness. A welcoming, inclusive spiritual community that is evolving, growing, and learning. A joyful musical connection to home. A welcoming, inclusive community having one voice. A community that stands for the individual and collective spiritual growth. A community that is authentic, grateful, loving, light-filled, open, present, and actively engaged. And the Calgary Center for Spiritual Living feels like home. Now, is there any doubt but that Spirit was intimately involved in creating these very clear ideas and visions? And of course, there is more to be known and done and acted upon. But the beauty of the process is that what comes next will be organic and it will be natural because it is being led by vision. And I can't wait to see what happens next. I love you, and so it is. Woo! Woohoo! So, you know what? One of the things, you notice music was a big part of those visions, right? Uh, w- and one of the themes that came through in several was about the music. So please welcome again Elevation.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. Brotherhood man. Imagine all the people cheering all the world. They say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Laura McDonald, Oliver, Steve, Louise, and Lisa. Wowza. Great job, everybody. Now who's excited for the AGM? Okay, so now I get to tell you how you can support the center. To our Love Stream people, we love you. Thank you for consistently sending in your e-transfers or your PayPal, however you do it. Thank you for that. For everyone here, Thanks be, thanks be, thanks be. And I'm going to encourage everybody to take their tithe, their gift, their offering, their donation, hold it to your heart, and just infuse it with some of the love that you felt just now. And let's say our conscious giving affirmation together. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I give returns to me, multiplied abundantly. I am so blessed, and so it is. And as the baskets go by, we're going to sing, I Thank Love for Everything. Wait, did you hurt yourself?
I did.
Let's bring in the kids. Let's bring in the children.
Okay, Sarah, do you want to come stand right here, honey? And then you can either look at your sister or that way. Perfect. Hi, and happy Sunday. We had so much fun today finishing our talk on courage. We talked about what it means to be courageous. We had a lot of friends today, some familiar faces, some new faces, and I'm so grateful for such a wonderful group of children. Today we made our poster, which I've been wanting to make for a couple of weeks. It says, we can change the world with our own two hands. So it says that along the sides, but I needed, thank you. We needed enough children to have enough handprints, so it really worked out today that we had 5 beautiful souls today to do the handprints. And so now it'll make a whole world, and then we'll get it all finished up, and this will hang in our beautiful center here. So we talked about what that means, changing the world with our own two hands. And then we played a really fun game of Twisties, which they're obsessed with, and now everybody might have to buy Twisties. Not from us, unfortunately. And then we just finished off with a book about courage, which you can get in the Soul Shop, and it's a really sweet book called I Am Courage, and it has beautiful illustrations, and they have a whole series of books. So the girls and Eli did great today, and I think I have one speaker. Okay, she's changed her mind.
She says, I changed my mind. Too many people.
Next week we are going to be making flower bombs, like a seed bomb, and I got this idea from a beautiful person in our congregation who is supporting me in getting the ingredients, the materials needed to do the seed bomb. So we're going to be doing that next week, and we're going to plant some vegetables in the garden for the kids, beets, carrots, that kind of thing. So please bring your littles next weekend too. We'll have so much fun.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Give them a hand. Woohoo! You are amazing. Okay, we're going to do our closing, so everybody want to stand up? Would you guys like to come up here with the big kids? Yeah, come. No, you sure? You're more than welcome. Come on. There you go. Yes. Okay, we're going to rub our hands together. We're going to get all that good energy going, and then we're going to send it out into the world. Okay, you ready? On the count of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, leave so we can get set up for the AGM, and we'll see you in a few.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that held me back. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yes, I can make it now. The pain is gone. And all of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here comes the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright. There's nothing but blue. Look all around. There's nothing but blue sky. Look straight ahead. There's nothing but blue I can see clearly now the rain is gone. And I can see all